Hey, what's up, everybody? One thing I just can't believe is happening is how many of my fellow vets are now realizing that all the time they served in the military was a complete waste of our life. It was all a fabrication. It was all for nothing. We did nothing to promote freedom. I don't think anybody that served in the last 50 years has done shit to promote freedom. All we have done is work the military-industrial complex under the lies and the guise that we were doing good for the world. But now we know that nobody was doing good for the world. That we were all being lied to and used as American citizens to fulfill whatever agenda the elites want to fulfill. Every vet I know is so pissed off right now that we were lied to for so long and used for so long. And that what is going on now with everybody standing against Israel and for Palestine is the way it should have always been going. The way we as people should have always been going. But some of us got so blindsided by patriotism, that we thought we were doing what was good. And we weren't. We weren't at all. We were being the bad guy. And that is just insane. And I know there's going to be a lot of hate in these comments from vets that don't see it yet. But they will. They will, just like everybody else. Or they're just in denial because they can't cope with the things they've done.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in this gospel abroad, living up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, wherever it may be. This is just another quick lesson through the spirit. It says, veteran, regrets serving in the military. He breaks down the whole concept of the military in general. It's a bunch of bullshit. I was watching Boys in the Hood last night, and it was one scene that he was teaching his son. He was trying to teach him discipline and responsibility. One of the most important lessons in the movie. He said, I know I'm being hard on you, Trey. But he said, what I'm trying to teach you is responsibility. He said, your friends, they don't have nobody to show them that. And you're going to see how they're going to turn out. You know what I'm saying? Which he was teaching him responsibility and basically being a man. And another thing he stated, he said, he wanted to be somebody his son could look up to. So he enlisted and went to Vietnam. And he told his son straightforward, he said, don't never go in the army, Trey. He said, the military is not for a man of color. And through process of time, man, having family members, having a grandfather that served in Vietnam, man, it's really crazy because when you see the type of degradation or degradation these men receive in the army and not being taken care of once they are discharged, they showed you that in that movie Dead Presidents, man. Okay, Esau doesn't take care of his men. Okay, once you've done your 4 years or 8 years or whatever, unless you sell out to the echelon of the military-industrial complex, which the elites are in charge of all that. But if you ain't selling out, man, basically you do your 4 or 8 years and they're going to dispose of you. You get disabled. They may give you 20% disability if you're lucky. But I know brothers, man, that went to the military that had to fight like hell just to get full immunity or full disability, man. You got brothers that have back injuries, brothers that have PTSD, shell shock from being in war, and yet none of it was to promote so-called freedom or democracy. But in fact, you were going over there to enslave, to kill, to murder, and to infringe on people's rights, man. Okay, just like the mercenaries, how they sent to like over here, for example, when you go into the scriptures, when you have the foreign military that's going to invade Babylon, as the scriptures refer to them as fanners, they're going to come over here and they're going to ultimately slaughter, rape, and rob and murder you citizens. And this is the same thing that the American military go in different countries and they rape them, or they grape them, they slaughter them, they steal their resources. and they shove the U.S. dollar in their face at gunpoint and say, look, play ball, or we gonna take you over anyway. And the U.S. military has a history of going in these lands undocumented and going on missions and slaughtering people, man. Okay, when you see the U.S. cow or the U.S. military in a foreign land, then that's a cause for them to learn, because they know nothing good is gonna come out of it. And like this man said, he said like it was just a waste of time. You know, they've been lied to. Okay, and this is why a lot of military personnel or a lot of military vets, ex-vets, they're not agreeing with what the shit Biden is doing, man. You know, the whole Ukrainian conflict being to offset Russia from deterring the biolabs, man, it's a shit show. Okay, and it's gonna get worse, man, because as we're seeing that the U.S. are carrying out these particular attacks in the Middle East and setting up puppet leaders and setting up T organizations to try to topple regimes and to offset particular lands so they can go in the back door and take the resources. The world is waking up to it, man. Okay. So anyway, let's go from here to the book of Sirach 26, and I'm gonna start at verses 28. It says, there be two things that grieve my heart. And it says, and the third making me angry. It says, a man of war that suffered poverty. Okay, and a lot of veterans, mainly Jake veterans, a lot of them are homeless. A lot of them are on disability. A lot of them are cooped up inside these old folks' homes, man, which they get the most inhumane treatment. And it's like it's no end to it, man. Like a lot of them homeless people, them bums you see on the corner or living in homeless shelters, a lot of those be vets. Okay, and one thing about it, if you're a military vet and you've retired from the military, they're supposed to take care of you, man. Okay, you shouldn't really have to want for anything. Your meals should be free. And what they give you, some 20% discount at Veterans Day off or something like that. Oh, you get a 20% military discount. Okay, but yeah, you're not exemplified from taxes. You're still paying taxes on a dollar, which is already taxed. And they're just like, damn, he totally oppresses his men. You know? And it says here, a man of war that suffered poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returning from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepared such one for a sword, man. Okay, and this is why we're seeing this assembling of this westernized military structure. Okay, it's a lot of infighting, you know, and a lot of vets, they don't even agree with the leadership of the military, man. All right, so let's get another precept real quick, and this one gonna be a long lesson, but just to bring out a couple of points, because you know that's why nobody wants to fight for this place. Okay, the recruitment numbers are at an all-time low, to the point Esau is going to elementary schools trying to promote people to sign up for U.S. selective service when they get of reputable age. You know, he's trying to instill it in the kids. Well, the military is where you should be. Why? Because they need those numbers. You know, and I'm trying to tell you, man, hey, they going to start drafting. Don't be surprised if they start drafting, you know, teenagers, man, because they're going to need bodies for this war. Okay, I remember when I was in elementary school, I don't really recall the recruiting people coming around, not so much. But like when I got in high school, you know, I was in what they call ROTC or JROTC. And we had military recruitments come, you know, to set up their particular stations and, you know, try to recruit and give us information on the U.S. Army. But overall, that ain't a place you want to be. Okay, you join the military, that's a surely death sentence. Most Jakes join it because they want the benefits. They want a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? They want to travel abroad and fuck a bunch of bitches. But overall, Jake ain't really trying to deal with that life. All right, so this is the book of Jeremiah 51. And I'm going to start at 28. It says, prepare against her the nations with the king of the Medes and the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land should tremble in sorrow. For every purpose of the Lord should be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitants. Okay, because we were just going into the weekend on how they got it's called like I think it's like an atmospheric missile or something like that. The brother was going into, he said that is able to hit any part. It can goes up in the atmosphere and can disperse to any part of the world within 10 minutes. I have to look it up because that seems pretty high powered, but I wouldn't doubt it. Now they stated it's still like a nuclear bomb, but it doesn't have the full capability of a what they would consider a traditional ICBM, which is intercontinental ballistic missile, which they have the power to destroy a city. Okay, and them shits are gonna be shot over here to America real soon, as we see its prophecy unfold in institution of this MOTB system with the escalation of the war in the Middle East and these other nations taking their reserves out of the dollar by beginning of next year, then hey, it's likely to say that this thing will escalate pretty quickly. But it says the mighty men of Babylon have forborne a fight. This is the military. They have remained in their holds. It says they might have failed. They become as women. They have turned her dwelling places, and our bars are broken. Meaning they're gonna get totally obliterated. They're gonna get overtaken out there, because half the people they got in their military is not equipped for this battle. They're not trained up. Okay, they don't have the mental fortitude in order to continue to be in that top caliber of soldier, man. Okay, these people are weak. The dyers are bad. Okay, they don't have willpower. They don't understand battle. They don't know the terrain. They're literally like fish out of water. 6-week basic training, go to the Middle East, and you're gonna get straight up massacred. Okay, at this point, it's just a numbers game. We gotta win the war. But Esau knows that majority of them troops ain't coming home. You know, 9 times out of 10, you in the military and you over there in the Middle East, you probably won't come home unless you get a dishonorable discharge before then. But in the meantime, those you people that shipping over to the Middle East, you're not coming back from that. You know, and if you desert, and they got the right to put you down too. And it says that one post should run to meet another, and one messenger should meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and the passages are stopped, and the reeds, they have burnt them with fire, and the men of war are frightened, man. Okay, so that's the point. The Lord is going to take the spirit and the might away from the men of America, or the men of Babylon the Great, and these Western armies. And it says here, for thus says the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor, and it is time to thresh her yet a little while, and the time of our harvest shall come. Okay, so yeah, destruction is coming, man. And primary example being in this military is nothing but a joke. This is why they won't reach recruitment numbers. This is why they're gonna have to bring back a draft. And a lot of you jakes, man, they're gonna round up a lot of you, and they just gonna kidnap you and ship you to war, because they know ain't no traditional old block nigga trying to sign up for the military. There's your defense there, man. Go grab them niggas up. They not serving a purpose, and they doing each other a disservice by killing each other. There's your fighting power right there. There's your warriors. Old block, all the gangbangers. Get them niggas, man. Because Esau know they're not gonna willingly go. You know, so you gotta grab them niggas and put the bag over their head, and you gotta take them to a disclosed location. And you gotta make them niggas fight, man. Because one thing about Jake, man, Jake don't want to do nothing unless it's against his own people. You know, like right now, you got a war in Chicago against these different street gangs, right? But the minute you say, look, let's go to the Middle East and let's go do some real gang banging, Jake, man, I ain't trying to go no Middle East, man. That's some bullshit. But yeah, he'll kill his own brother for wearing a different color, or, you know, being from a different block. He'll go and put 30 in a nigga's chest and back just because he's from a different fucking hood. Jake was wicked, man. Them the niggas you need to go and have the fight in your military. Honestly speaking, bro, Esau, man, you should do a sweep in these inner cities, man, and start grabbing up these niggas, man. That's what you need to do. Do a sweep and get a fleet of buses and go fucking neighborhood to neighborhood and literally force niggas and put them on a bus and ship them over to the Middle East. Because I'm going to tell you straightforward, you're going to bring back a drive, but you're not going to meet them numbers, man. You're going to literally have to go and grab niggas up against their will. That'd be your only bet, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't serve no purpose. They send them niggas over there to die, man. They ain't doing nothing anyway but killing each other. Let them fight for a cause, man. You know? Get a nigga RPG and tell him to fucking Instagram that shit. You know? Because that's all Jake is good for anyway, is being demons. So yeah, send them niggas over there into the Middle East and let them figure it out. You know? But anyway, I'm going to end it here. Just a quick lesson. All praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom.